Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Coffee Break, and welcome back to the CoffeeCast ProCast edition, where I am bringing you game number 4 between SKMC, spawning as a red Protoss player on the top left side of ESL Entombed Valley, and EGPuma as our blue Terran, who is also in command of this series so far, spawning on the lower right hand side. MC did have a great first game, crushing Puma with a 3-gate sentry timing push. But in the following 2 games, did the same exact strategy, same exact follow-up, going into that 6-gate Robo Colossus play. And Puma just kind of caught on game 2 and adapted his strategy, I guess, to counter MC, and really just kind of walloped MC twice in a row now. And now that brings us to 2-1 in favor of Puma in this series. This is a best of 5, so if Puma can manage it one more time, he is going to win out. So MC really needs to bring something to the table here, and I do not feel like that something is going to be another 3-gate sentry timing push, because it just hasn't been working for him in the past 2 games. Puma has got MC pegged on that, and MC needs to show that he can do something else. Otherwise, he's going to fall out and lose this series. So I'm looking forward to seeing what MC might be doing. I would expect both players, once again, to open up with the same exact thing as always. Just going to go ahead and go for that 1 Rax expansion for Puma and the 1 gate expansion after a Zealot and 2 Stalkers for MC, because it's been what he's been doing every single game. And I've said it time and time again, the reason I love doing that 1 Zealot, 2 Stalker opening is because if your opponent does decide to do some 2 racks pressure, does decide to do some 3 racks pressure, you're a little bit safer with those extra units out onto the field. It's just kind of a safety net, a little bit of peace of mind for you while you are playing. So, one thing I haven't mentioned since I think, I don't know, game 1 is I believe these are from the IEM. I should probably mention that. And the reason why they're red and blue, I don't know. I always wish players would pick more interesting colors when they played. It might be mandated actually by some tournaments because they red and blue show up so easily on the mini maps. I don't know if that's actually a rule or not, but I could see, you know, some organization just laying down the law because, you know, why not? Governing bodies, yay! Both players are going to once again be going for these expands. It is fairly much-ish confirmed. Actually, this probe not laying that down yet because that second Stalker did get queued up. Now going to be sending that down to go ahead and expand. I would not be surprised at all as he is down here already. And the expansion for Puma being built up in his base. Once again, going for this same opener as he did in the last game. Going to go ahead and get 3 barracks, and actually has this bunker up on the high ground here. Might be trying to fool his opponent into thinking that he's going to be doing some sort of 1 base play, as this is a lot of the time indicative of some sort of really heavy 1 base play. Sometimes, a lot of the time you'll see Banshees come out of this. You can see the 1-1-1 come out of this. So this could actually be kind of a scary moment for MC because he doesn't exactly know what's going on inside of Puma's base. There may or may not be this command center here prepared to go ahead and go up onto 2 base. MC did go ahead and lay down his own expansion as well anyways. And surprisingly, actually, going to go ahead and get these 2 additional gateways. I really actually would have liked to see a robotics come before these 2 gateways, because once again, if you do not know what your opponent is doing, and especially if there's a chance that they are going for some sort of 1 base play, which MC has not seen this command center yet, especially if you think they might be going for some sort of 1 base play, it's imperative to get that observer out onto the field in case cloaked Banshees come running into your base, because those can happen pretty early on. And I apologize, I can't exactly remember the timing. I know Day 9 talked about it one time, but it is just eluding my mind right now. So I was a little surprised to see MC go ahead and open up with these 3 gateways. I'm a little afraid he might be doing the same sentry opening as he has in the past couple of games. As once again, it just hasn't really been working. And with a lot of these Marines on the field, we can see this worked very well in the last game for Puma, was just able to get that stim pack out on the field about the time that that push was hitting. With a lot of Marines on the field, those sentries are invalidated. The Zealots do eventually fall. We even see an extra bunker, a second bunker, going down up here, which is definitely going to be a nice help for Puma. And it does look like we are once again seeing this sentry push come out of MC. Now, I'm not dissing this completely because, I mean, it is a good strategy. It's effective. It does work. But Puma has tailored his builds now to be able to help him defend this in this early game. And that's why I disagree with what he is doing right now. And I feel like Puma won't be surprised at all to see this coming. I feel like Puma will not be caught off guard. And we even see this SCV running down, is going to see this army coming up, is going to be pulling these SCVs up on top of those bunkers to repair them if the time does come. And MC, seeing that his opponent is repaired, just going to back out because, let's face it, there's not much he can do right here. If he really wants to push this, more stalkers will be required to go ahead and be able to punch through these two bunkers here. But instead, we just see a lot more sentries, and actually coming around the backside to the destructible rocks over on the left side of this expansion, coming over to drop this factory down. It's going to be kind of a long haul. I don't know if it's going to get there on time. These rocks are coming down fairly quickly, but it does look like indeed that factory will get over there. The rocks are down, and there is the factory. Oh man, dropping down right on time to act as the force field factory. And MC doesn't look like this bothers him all that much, though, because he does have his third base on the way, and he's going to be denying his opponent the ability to take a third base. And now we see MC actually in a fairly good position. He's going to lose one zealot there, but is in a nice position to just start picking away at these two buildings. The supply depot either can get mass repaired eternally, which is going to be costing his opponent minerals the entire time, or he can just go ahead and let it fall. And there we go. MC looks like he might want to push in. Nope. Just kind of doing a little dance back and forth there. Eventually going to fall back. We actually see a different transition this game. There we go. This is what we need to see out of MC. Not going to go ahead and, oh my goodness, a lot of his units being picked off in the middle of the map there. It doesn't look like he was quite paying attention. Going to lose a lot of his sentries. Not the greatest force field in the world going down there. And again, he's going to lose 5 or 6 sentries there, and a lot of his zealots and stalkers just due to a little bit of a missed micro arrow. And it looks like he's going to be losing the rest of his stalkers as well. And oh my goodness, he's just lost his entire force there. This is going to be doing massive damage to MC. And now Puma looks like he might be wanting to push out across the rest of the map. Then we do have these extra gateways finishing up just now. MC is going to need every ounce of help he can get in this battle to be able to win against this. Even this one lone stalker is going to need to be pulled in. More stalkers being warped in to try to help out this army here. Stim, the Marines running up the ramp, trying to pick off the stalkers. One stalker just fall, but it doesn't look like there's going to be just enough to hold out against us with these reinforcing stalkers. And indeed, there is not enough for Puma to push this. Has a couple of medevacs up here now. A few reinforcing Marines coming up across the map as well, but I don't think it's going to be enough. And indeed, MC is able to hold on by the skin of his teeth in that battle. A nice hold by MC, a nice counterattack by Puma. And MC wouldn't have found himself in that position if he had just not gotten his army split up on this stupid little crevice here. And it looks like both armies actually still engaging. I feel like MC needs to start falling back fairly shortly here, or picking off medevacs, because those medevacs can just heal those Marines for such a long time. And now you can see he's lost 2 extra stalkers due to not pulling his army out. And Marines definitely made up for that. Marines, very, very cheap unit. Just keep pumping and pumping out. I love the fact that MC is going for this blink. He has 8 gateways on the field. That is a lot of gateways for those of you who don't know. And I would really love to see maybe a forge dropped down on the map to go ahead and get that +1 armor, because +1 armor is so good versus Marine. Puts you up at 2 armor, especially Marines with no upgrades themselves. Would only be doing 4 damage a pop once you got past those shields. And that can really be a detriment for the Terran army. Breaking down these backdoor rocks here just so we can reinforce his natural expansion, his third base, I should say, easier from his natural expansion. And now pushing out across the map with these blink stalkers. MC, I know, does have very good blink control, so this could be interesting to watch him. Not a lot on the field right now for Puma. Has a lot of medevacs, but not a lot of barracks. Just now getting a few extra barracks established, getting this 1 extra barracks with the reactor down onto it. A lot of stalkers coming up. This is going to be a pretty hefty assault coming out of MC here. Stalkers very good versus Marines, especially when they are one-shotting Marines, because there are so many of them. And just look at that blink micro coming out of MC. Beautiful blinking. Now blinks forward, trying to take out the last of the units of Puma. Some Marauders do remain, which are just tearing apart the stalkers, but stalker numbers too high for Puma to engage. Trying to load up in this bunker, but it's not going to be enough because that bunker falls instantly to all of these stalkers. Now, Team MC is going to be able to push up straight into the main base if he so desires. Might want to get a couple of zealots into this force. Has charge just now completing. And just killing so many SCVs here. We did see Puma persist in game number 1 after having heavy losses, but I don't know this is much later on in the game. MC's already on 3 base, blinking up into that main base to try to take out what's left. I can't even see what's under these medevacs. 5 Marauders, 6 Marauders do remain, but they are dropping fairly quickly to these Stalkers. Medevac trying to heal as much as they can, but it's not quite going to be enough. In this game, I am not missing a drop up in the main base. I am checking that constantly. And now the final few SCVs being pulled into the fray, but I don't think it's going to be enough. 117 to 40 supply. MC really being able to pull out this game with this new strategy. And finally, it looks like Puma not just having anything left and having to GG out of this game. Beautifully executed by MC to finally get this new strategy down. Not trying to go for that that Colossus follow-up again. And I suppose that makes it all right to do that 3-gate sentry build, except that he lost all those units. But able to persevere just enough, get just enough units out to hold the counterattack by Puma, and able to push back out with Blink and just take out the army of his opponent. Beautifully played by both players. Very, very interesting game. And you know what this means? Game number 4 is gone. 2-2 for both players. So we are going to be going to an ace match between MC and Puma, which I am totally stoked about. Game number 5 coming up in just a second. Lastly, go to coffeebreak.blogspot.com. That is coffeebreak with a 0.blogspot.com. And check out my blog there. And I am going to go to game number 5, which should be epic. This is Coffee Break, signing out.